Good morning, everyone. This is Diane Murray at Southern Art Gallery, and today I am doing a demo for my class that I'm teaching today. And this is how to lay in a sunset. So I'm just laying in the blue where the blue is going to be in here, ever so softly. And this is just giving us a road map. I think this comes down a little bit more here. Okay. And that's a thin wash of ultramarine blue. And I'm going to dry that. Mostly just concerned with where the orange is going to meet the blue. If you do mingle those together, it will create a gray, which really is perfectly fine. And we do want some of that gray, but for right now, I am just going to take this over here, and I'm not going to, well, I'll take it down there. It won't really matter because we're putting the mountains in there. But what we're trying to do is establish the underlying colors here. So I am going to soften this edge. Right here, because I don't want a hard edge there. This is a combination of Pyro Red and New Gamboge. I want this to be soft in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean this brush and wet this so we don't have a really hard edge here. Touch into the blue a little bit. And that's how I would do the initial wash for this. You see, I did a little too much over here, so we'll just kind of drop that back in there. And that did make a little bit of a gray, but that's okay because there's a lot of gray in here that we're going to be making on purpose. So that's the that would be the initial wash, and then I would take and go ahead and establish the sun. And the way you do that is you take a quarter. I think this is such a nifty little trick. And wherever you want the sun, that's where your sun is. So that's our sun. We've established that. So now we'll let this dry, and then we'll start building our layers from here. I'll be back shortly. All right, we're back. And to establish I'm just going to skip over and go right into how to get these darks. So I've taken the ultramarine blue and I've added, well, here's our ultramarine blue. Let's wet our paper first. And when you're wetting your paper like this, if you'd rather do it with a brush, that's fine. But if you do this, just do it lightly so that it doesn't run everywhere. So I would just go back over this with a more moodier wash. And you can skip places if you'd like, or you don't have to. Whatever you like to do. So keeping this relatively light up in the sky. And then, since I've misted this and it's all slightly wet, I can go right in here with this darker mixture of ultramarine and Payne's Gray and really push that dark. And that really adds a lot of life to your to your paintings there. If you're not careful, you will get a little bit of a green if you go too much, but I like that look, so I'm not really worried about that. All right, then rather than let it dry, let's go right in with this deeper mixture of, this is actually our same orange mix, except that I have, I'm just going to go right over that and not worry about it. I've added Payne's Gray to this as well. And this is behind the tree, so you're really not going to see what's happening back here. But this is just for our benefit. So I would lay in some of the darks here. And you could come in here a little bit if you'd like, in different places to just soften that transition there. And then lift out our little sun again. All right, and that's how I would build it up. I did see some blue in here. So there's a shadow over here that actually is, it's really a gray. So if you just drop in some of your blue, you need a little bit more than that. You can drop in some just shadow colors in here if you'd like. Just to anchor this bottom down here. And I see that there's really a lot of dark down in here. So I would probably go back in and do this. So just play with your washes until you're happy with what you have. Leaving this slightly lighter along the horizon line. And that's basically how I developed this painting, which for those of you who can't see it on camera, there it is. That's what we'll be working on today. Great, thank you so much for watching, and I will drop in the lemon yellow and all the other things as the painting progresses, but for right now. Also, one other thing, we need to lighten just a little bit where this the sun reflection will be. So I'll just go in and lift some of that out so that it'll be easier to drop that yellow in under there. Okay, and that'll do it. Thank you for watching.